Okay, let's unpack this. We've got quite a mix of sources for this deep dive.
Yeah, definitely. It ranges from like the really big picture stuff, healthcare quality, accreditation standards.
Right, the global things like JCI, Joint Commission International, and then national ones like NABH here in India.
Exactly. And then it zooms right down to the really personal side.
The family experience in the ICU.
Yeah. And we've also got info on the operational side, like from Supreme Medic, a consultancy, and their brands. Plus specific guidance on supporting families during, well, those really tough ICU stays.
So our goal here, I think, is to connect these dots. What does quality even mean when you look at it from these different angles?
How do the big systems, the standards, try to achieve it?
And crucially, how does family well-being fit in, especially in the ICU? Is it, just a nice to have, or is it actually part of quality care itself?
Right. We want to cut through the jargon and give you, the listener, the core insights, help you see what goes into making healthcare safe, effective, and supportive.
For everyone involved, patients and families.
So we'll start broad with the international standards.
Then zoom into that intense ICU experience.
And finally, look at the sort of infrastructure that holds it all up.
Okay, sounds like a plan. Let's start with that foundation then, accreditation standards.
Right. So the sources bring up Joint Commission International, JCI, big name.
Yeah, described as a global leader in quality and safety. What's their main thing?
Well, their mission is stated as enabling and affirming the highest standards. It's about helping places reach that bar, not just judging.
Okay, enabling. And their reach is pretty huge.
Massive. Over 70 countries, they mention. More than 1,000 accredited programs, hundreds of experts involved. It gives you a sense of scale.
70 countries, wow. And it's not just abstract rules, right? They actually do things.
Exactly. They create standards like the International Patient Safety Goals, which are really critical.
Okay.
They run accreditation programs, offer training, advice. It's all geared towards what they call highly reliable care delivery, embedding quality, basically.
Makes sense. And then we have the national picture, NADH, the National Accreditation Board for Hospitals and Healthcare Providers.
Yep, part of the Quality Council of India. Their job is setting up and running accreditation specifically within India.
And the sources say their focus is on consumer needs, setting benchmarks for the industry, aiming for an ecosystem for quality. It's interesting seeing that global idea sort of localized.
It really is. But, the question becomes, what does this actually do for a hospital beyond the certificate on the wall?
Good question. The sources had testimonials, right?
They did. And they suggest it's more than just compliance. People called it a team-building exercise.
Oh, interesting. So it helps internally.
Seems like it. Enhances teamwork, coordination, communication. Apparently provides learning opportunities, too.
And gives them a competitive edge, maybe. Strengthens community confidence.
Yeah, all of that. Plus, better risk management, and crucially, it helps them organize their patient safety efforts. Really build a safety culture.
So for you listening, these bodies, JCI, NABH, they're kind of the invisible architecture, right? Working to make sure the care you might get is safer and higher quality.
That's a good way to put it. It's the system striving for excellence, the bedrock.
Okay, but let's pivot now. From the system level down to the really personal. Because quality isn't just policies, it's experience.
Especially in critical care, like the ICU.
Exactly. The sources are crystal clear on this. An ICU stay is incredibly tough, not just for the patient, obviously, but hugely impactful for the family.
And the key point that comes through is that emotional support for the family isn't secondary. It's highlighted as absolutely crucial.
Yeah. Think about that environment from their perspective. The sources paint a picture, right?
Oh, totally. Just overwhelming. The uncertainty is huge.
All the medical jargon flying around?
The emotional strain, the constant beeping sounds, all these staff members you don't know. It's intense.
Yeah, it's a pressure cooker. And that leads to, well, a whole range of really difficult emotions for families.
The sources list them out. Anxiety is a big one. Fear of the unknown.
Stress, obviously. Trying to juggle everything, waiting, life outside, understanding the medical updates.
Guilt sometimes, even though there's nothing they can do.
That sense of helplessness, definitely. And just profound sadness or grief, seeing a loved one so vulnerable.
Yeah. And the sources make a point to say recognizing these emotions is the first step. It's completely normal to feel overwhelmed, but you are not alone. That validation seems so important.
It really does. And there's that one line that really stuck with me. In the ICU, families are also in care, not on the sidelines.
Yes. That reframes it entirely, doesn't it? Their needs matter. They're part of the whole picture.
So, okay, it's tough. What can families actually do? The sources offer practical stuff, right?
Absolutely. First big one, lean on your support network.
Friends, family,
Yes, but also explicitly mentioning the healthcare professionals, social workers, chaplains, counselors. Use the hospital resources too, like family rooms.
and maybe even professional therapy if needed.
Definitely consider it. The second point is self-care, which sounds almost impossible.
Right. How can you think about yourself?
Yeah,
But the sources insist it's essential.
yeah. Prioritize rest, even short breaks away. Eat something, stay hydrated, get some fresh air.
Why? What's the rationale?
Mental clarity. Taking those breaks actually helps you support the patient better in the long run. Avoid burnout. Maybe simple calming things like reading or music help too.
Okay, makes sense. What else? Staying informed.
Vital. But managing the information is key. Ask staff to explain things simply.
Good tip.
Keep a notebook. Write down updates, questions. It helps process everything.
That's smart. And for people supporting the family, like friends, what can they do?
Really concrete stuff. Take turns being there. Bring practical things. Food, water, phone charger.
Just offer space, maybe. Don't push for constant updates.
Exactly. Help with errands, calls, paperwork. And that line was powerful. Presence matters more than perfect words.
Just being there.
Yeah. They even gave examples of helpful things to say.
Like, well,
Simple things. I'm here for whatever you need, even just to sit silently.
that's good. Takes the pressure off.
Or offering to handle communication. Don't feel pressure to update everyone. I'll handle the calls. Little offers like, want me to grab you a tea? And just reassuring them, whatever the outcome, we're with you.
That's solid support. But then there's the flip side, what not to do. This was fascinating.
Yeah, because sometimes good intentions can actually hurt.
Like asking, how bad is it really? Why is that bad?
Adds fear. They're already terrified.
Okay. Criticizing the care.
Spreads panic, undermines trust when they need it most.
Comparing their situation to someone else's.
Minimizes their unique pain. Every situation feels different when it's yours.
Right. And the big one, telling them to stay strong.
Yeah, the sources highlight this, denies their need to feel human emotions, fear, sadness, grief. It's okay not to be strong all the time.
Understanding those boundaries, what helps versus what hurts, seems critical for effective support.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's bring it back to the hospital system. How can the healthcare team actively support these families?
Communication, communication, communication. It came up again and again.
Regular, transparent updates.
Yes, explaining things clearly. Procedures, progress, prognosis. It cuts down on that anxiety from the unknown.
And families should feel okay asking for updates, maybe even setting up a regular check-in time.
Definitely. Understanding the plan of care, knowing when things change, it reduces uncertainty.
The sources also mentioned family meetings.
Yeah, hospitals often organize these. It's a chance for everyone, family, and the medical team to get on the same page. Ask questions, voice concerns.
And families should ask for these if they feel they need one,
Yeah,
especially with multiple family members involved.
absolutely. And the tip to prepare questions beforehand is great.
Like what sort of questions?
Things like, what are the options if this treatment doesn't work? Or what should we realistically expect in the next few days? Helps focus the conversation.
Beyond talking, what about resources?
Crucial. Hospitals should offer access to mental health support counselors, social workers, spiritual care, chaplains.
And families should ask what's available and actually use it.
Please do. Other things mentioned were addressing practical needs, childcare help, financial worries, legal stuff maybe.
Using virtual support if people can't be there physically.
Right. And encouraging family involvement in care where appropriate, being there during rounds, helping with simple daily tasks.
Why is that helpful?
It benefits the patient's well-being, makes them feel connected, and it reduces the family's anxiety, gives them a sense of purpose.
So putting these things in place isn't just like being nice, it's actually building a better, more family-centered care environment.
Which ultimately helps the patient's recovery too. It's all connected.
And this doesn't necessarily end when they leave the ICU, does it?
No, the sources point out that the transition out of ICU is still a big adjustment.
A mix of relief and maybe new anxieties.
Exactly. Worries about recovery, rehab, maybe taking on caregiving roles at home. The routine changes completely.
So that need for emotional support continues.
Absolutely. Feeling stressed or having lingering difficult feelings is normal. Seeking more help then is still important. It's a sign of strength.
Okay, so we've gone from standards to the ICU experience, family support, hospital roles. Let's zoom out one last time. Let's talk about the ecosystem behind the care.
Right, the infrastructure. The sources brought in healthcare consultancies, using Suprematic Consultancy as an example.
What they do, they help hospitals with everything.
Pretty much, from planning right through to getting accredited.
So they help with things like getting that NABH accreditation we talked about.
Yeah, NABH, NABL support.
Yeah.
Implementing quality management systems. Helping run hospital operations smoothly, even manpower planning.
And physical stuff, too.
Yeah.
Like building operating theaters or installing medical gas systems.
Yep, modular OTs, medical gas pipelines, sourcing equipment. It's the nuts and bolts.
So these consultancies are kind of helping hospitals put best practices into place, meet those standards from JCI and NABH.
Exactly. They help improve performance, ensure compliance. They're part of that essential background infrastructure that allows quality care and family support to actually happen effectively.
The sources even mention they sometimes invest, take equity.
Yeah, as a way to partner and help bring innovative healthcare ideas to reality.
Okay, so let's try and tie all these threads together now.
Yeah.
We've got global standards, JCI, national bodies, NABH, the intense personal reality of the ICU for patients and families.
Practical coping strategies, the hospital support role, and then this behind-the-scenes operational support from consultancies like Suprematic.
What's the big synthesis here?
I think it's that healthcare quality isn't just about the medicine or the machines. It's fundamentally about creating these integrated systems.
Systems that prioritize safety and effectiveness.
Yes, but also deeply value and actively support human well-being. The patients and the families. That family support isn't an add-on, it's woven into the fabric of quality care.
Right. So to quickly recap our deep dives, standards set the stage.
ICU brings unique emotional challenges for families.
But there are practical ways to cope, and hospitals have a huge role in providing support, communication, resources.
And consultancies help build the operational backbone for it all.
The absolute key takeaway, though, seems to be
supporting families in the ICU isn't secondary, it's vital. Clear communication, accessible resources, empathy, it makes a massive difference in those really vulnerable moments.
So thinking about all this, these standards, the stress, the support systems, here's maybe a final thought for you, the listener.
If you or someone you love were in that critical situation, knowing what we've discussed, how might that change how you interact with the healthcare team?
Yeah, what questions might you feel more empowered to ask? Not just about the medical plan, but specifically about the support available for you, for the family.
It's worth considering. And remember, as the source is stressed, navigating these complex situations isn't something you have to do alone.
Seeking support, asking for information for the patient and for yourself, that's a sign of strength.